This is the ultimate Minecraft 1.19 challenge where I have to complete this list to win the challenge. This is going to be painful. Also, 99% of you guys haven't subscribed, so subscribe. You have no choice. This challenge was designed to be painful, and really, going into the attempts, I had no plan. So it's no surprise that I began the run like this. As you can see, I was very comfortable and not really aware of the troubles that lay ahead. Despite this, I collected the wood and went to go and get some stone. And after doing this, my frame rate was suffering. Oh, the frame rate is not good. But this was not going to be the end of my worries, because the first problem I encountered in this run was height. Yep, not even 2 minutes into the run, and I've already died. This could not get any worse. You ready? Watch this. Hardcore parkour.
Failure management.
As you could see, the mental breakdown had begun. Don't worry though, it gets much, much worse. I got down into the cavern by digging through some dirt, and from there, I began trying to look for some iron. However, my plan was hastily foiled by a group of skeletons who decided it was a great time to ruin my life. Oh, fuck. Was this embarrassing? Yes. Did I care? Kind of. Was I going to try and fix it? Absolutely. When I got down there again, the skeletons were dead, so I was left free to mine some iron. I hope you've got your seatbelts on, because this is going to be a rocky ride. It was indeed going to be a rocky ride, but I was prepared. Not really. Basically, I figured that all I needed to do was find an ancient city and a mangrove swamp, and the rest would take care of itself. All the other challenges seemed fairly simple, but finding those two things would probably see me end the challenge fairly comfortably, or at least that's what I was hoping. As more mobs began to emerge from the darkness, it's gonna be... What a shot? What the hell? My confidence was increasing, and I was far more capable of battling them. However, I didn't really have that much food, so after every fight, I was just getting progressively weaker. As well as this, the spider decided to do its best Tom Cruise impression in Mission Impossible and climb on the roof. However, it wasn't as slick as Tom Cruise and just jumped off. Very good. I smelted some iron and made an iron chest plate, somehow trying to convince myself that I could defend against these mobs and hold out for just long enough that I could escape the cave with all the iron I wanted. Unfortunately, this was false hope, and after trying to peek a skeleton, he absolutely wiped the floor with me. Oh, he destroyed me. So I was left to respawn again. But as I jumped back into the cave, I came back with a new plan, a new hope. I was going to get my things and escape. I got ambushed by another skeleton, but he was already on fire, so I made quick work of him. This is going absolutely dreadfully. I don't think it could be going worse, because it's getting dark now. It was going dreadfully. I was struggling really to find any food, keep myself alive for more than 2 minutes, and have any sort of plan for the rest of the run. But I was still optimistic. I thought there was loads of time left. Unfortunately, things were only getting started. Oh, God. But as night fell and more mobs kept coming out, I began to realize that getting out of this place was going to be a little bit harder than I first thought. Everything was going wrong. Oh, give it up. I began to make my grand escape, climbing up the walls of the cave to try and somehow traverse my way out of it. I reckoned I could find a village before daytime rang around again. I was completely and utterly wrong. For like the millionth time in this run. It's not even been 15 minutes. This is getting embarrassing at this point. In order to temporarily fix my food problem, I decided to go and kill some cows super quickly. However, this one decided to screw me over. Majorly. You run into all of the mobs! Oh my God! I decided to count my losses and just dig a hole for the night. Full Minecraft noob mode. In the meantime, while the rest of my iron was smelted, I decided to craft it all up into tools and a helmet. You think I'm bothered to go around and get all of these branches? Village! Finally, we found a village. Now I wouldn't really have to worry about food because I could just turn all the hay into bread. Also, I could pick up some extra iron from the iron golem. Very nice. Before I went to the village and got all of the hay, I decided to, well, do some damage to the local population of cows. From the top ropes! I didn't crit. As I swam towards the village, I decided to dwell on all of the challenges. Which one can we do first? At this point, I realized a lot of them were going to be very difficult to do. That was alright though. I was up for the challenge. I decided to do the simplest one first, which is build a mud hut. Although I did struggle a bit with actually making the mud. But before that, I exacted revenge of the iron golem. Revenge for nothing in particular. I just wanted to do damage. And gathered some hay to finally end all of my food problems once and for all. The beginning of the mud house saga has come. For some unknown reason, I didn't understand the instruction, place a water bottle on top of dirt. I thought it was something to do with the crafting table for some reason, and spent a little bit of time messing around trying to figure out a crafting recipe for something that didn't exist on the crafting table. Wait a minute. Was the wiki lying to me? Genius. It took me a bit of time, but we finally got there. That's technically grass, so yes, okay. And once I started making mud, I began to plan out my beautiful, amazing, frankly unbelievable estate. As I began building, I figured that any good Minecraft house needed 4 things: a crafting table, a furnace, a bed, and a double chest. So I figured if I could put all 4 of them into one house, the challenge would be complete. This sounds simple, but trust me, I made it difficult for myself. I don't even know why you're surprised. You know what to expect at this point. I placed all the items into the house, but after a while, I realized that it wouldn't quite work how I built it. Oh, that's right. I couldn't access the chest, which means technically it doesn't really count, because why would you have a chest in a house that you can't even open? So I decided to change it up, to switch the chest and the bed. That plan was quickly foiled, and I was left to my own devices again. I'm gonna count it. No, I can't. Yes, I was bothered to expand the house. As you can see, the mental conflict was raging. I didn't really know whether to count it or not, but I felt really bad for allowing it, considering you literally couldn't get in the bed. So I decided to just make a bigger house. Not a big deal, but painstakingly heartbreaking. So I went and got some more mud, took down the structures inside the house, and just added a little extension on the end. Not a big problem. And finally, we finished the mud hut. 1 down, 8 to go. Oh no. Even though I had a long way to go, my spirits were up. I was ready to take on whatever challenge 1.19 threw at me. And soon enough, I got my next test. Oh, pillager outpost. Yes. The pillager outpost meant I could free some allies, which would tick another thing off the bingo list. Awesome. That would be 7 to go. So I jumped in like a Marvel superhero, disguised by the night sky, and freed the allies. Victorious, I made my escape. Until I realized just because the cell door was open doesn't mean they were technically free. I mean, they were out of their cell, but they weren't away from the pillagers. I should probably use my shield, really, shouldn't I? So I just killed all the pillagers. I fairly comfortably took out all the pillagers, and the allies were free. Nice 2 down, 7 to go. Now I was feeling really good. If I could just get my hands on an ancient city and a mangrove swamp, we were golden. This challenge was going to be a breeze. Nothing could get in the way of me now. I encountered another village and got some more hay just to stock up on my food. I also started a raid, but as you can see, the villagers were a little bit on the slow side. Despite my optimism, I was aware of how difficult it was going to be to find an ancient city. And after really thinking about it, I said this: it's not going to be easy to find an ancient city. I might, no, I don't want to locate ancient city. But I might have to if I want to do this in under 10 hours. I won't lie. Oh, we're in another pool. But I thought all my problems would be solved by a lava pool, which I eventually found. And after a little bit of trouble, bang, 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 got myself into the nether. But before that, I had some trouble with some gravel. Guess how many times I broke this gravel without getting a piece of flint? Leave your guesses in the comments now. Okay, here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. Okay, this is getting ridiculous now. Hey, on attempt 18. On my 18th attempt, I finally got a piece of flint. Pain. As I enter the nether, I had one thing on my mind: find a nether fortress and get blaze rods. But as I enter the nether, I wasn't very optimistic. I didn't do any practice runs really, but in my own personal worlds, I never spawned beside nether fortresses. So this would have to be really lucky. What the hell is that? Immediately, I had mobs trying to kill me, but I was confident that I could get away comfortably, which I did. And after picking to go this direction, I stumbled upon this. Let's go. Yeet. I had immediately found a nether fortress. This never happens for me. So I entered the nether fortress and began looking for a blaze spawner. But before then, this happened. I should get a bow. What am I doing with my life? Why did I get like snowballs or something? I brought them with me. I immediately questioned my existence. I got absolutely destroyed by a pair of blazes. Blazes? A group of mobs. All of that pain for no blaze rod. However, my fortunes were about to change as I opened a chest and found this. Nice. That's big. That's massive. Oh my goodness. Okay, we needed that. 2 diamonds. Exactly enough to make an enchantment table. I'm sure this couldn't go wrong in any way, shape, or form. Finally, after a fair bit of traveling through the nether fortress, we found a blaze spawner. Yes, found it. Okay, very nice. Now it was time to kill some blazes. The hard part. My axe was about to break, so I made a sword just in case. There was also this magma cube who decided it would be funny to torture me by hanging just outside the blaze spawner. So if I ever left, he would destroy me. I now had 2 blaze rods. I was feeling comfortable. I was feeling happy. Again, optimism was on my side. But this was very stupid. I killed some more blazes, got some more blaze rods, then had to do this. Okay, that was 7. Oh, I'm gone. The slickest maneuver you have ever seen. And we escaped with 7 blaze rods. Enough for Eyes of Ender and a couple spare just in case some break. So I went back to the overworld to try and kill some endermen. What am I doing? I can trade with piglins. This was perfect. Now I had a plan, I had optimism, and I was ready to go. Nothing could go wrong. So to trade with the piglins, I got to work and mine some gold. I immediately started trading with some piglins, and I got some useful items. Okay, that is useful. I need that. No early ender pearls. Maybe if I get some more gold, they'll come. But after one of the piglins did this to me, I panicked and just killed him on the spot. Scared me. I dumped out a bunch of the items that I didn't need for the nether and began looking for some more gold to trade with the piglins. I found a nice quiet spot in the Crimson Forest and got to work. I put him in a hole so he couldn't escape, with some difficulty granted. I threw him all my gold and expected at least maybe an ender pearl trade. I started getting trades back and realized this was going to be a little bit harder than I first thought. As the trades went on, I was growing more and more impatient. More. Okay, I'd like some ender pearls now. That piglin literally gave me nothing. Maybe some arrows for the future end fight, but otherwise completely useless. So I towered up and got some more gold using the blocks that he gave me. I got a whole lot of gold in this one. So as I tried to get back to where I came from, I had a little bit of difficulty. Yeah, I've had a nice time. Yeah, 5 stars, all that. I ended up going the wrong way completely. Granted, I found some more gold, but it cost me a good bit of time and a lot of effort. It wasn't really worth it. I actually could have stayed on the other side of the Crimson Forest, but I left my crafting table back at the start. So I had to make a massive run through the whole forest to try and find it. Mobs were flying at me from every direction. Jesus. Oh, no, 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 no. But I managed to escape. I got back to the massive pillar and went the wrong way again. I went up to this ledge and traded places with a piglin. Very nice. However, when I got up there, there was another piglin waiting for me who got absolutely destroyed by his own arrow. That was the plan. And through all of our confusion, we found a bastion. Oh, yep. Too little too late, so I didn't really care. Finally, I made my way back and found where I started. I dug another hole, got another piglin into the hole, and began trading. And so begins the trading time lapse. Not a single ender pearl trade. Safe to say, I was fuming. I'm not even scared of the nether anymore. I'm just pissed. So what did I do? I went out and got some more gold. Yeah, we tried again. However, this time, it wasn't so smooth sailing because this happened. Oh, not here. Oh my goodness, oh my god. After barely escaping the hoglin, we made our way back to the pits and tried one last time. Can't be shitty. Come on. Hello. After some difficulty trying to get the piglin into the hole, we finally got him in and begun the last 6 trades. Have a guess what happened? 0 trade. What did we get through there? Like a stack of gold, maybe? Nothing. Yet again, my luck proving insignificant. We got no pearl trades. So I went back to the chest with all of my items in and began picking up my stuff. However, I still felt kind of positive. I could use the enchantment table to get the swift sneak enchantment and get another one off the bingo list. However, little did I know that the enchantment table was completely useless to get the swift sneak enchantment and that you could only get them from ancient cities. This was my reaction. It can only be got from loot chests in ancient cities. Oh, you gotta be joking me. As you can hear, this challenge was taking a real toll on me. We were an hour and 47 minutes into the run, and I'd only done 2 things. This was pain. So I decided to bend the rules a little bit. I figured it would be really hard to find an ancient city, so I decided to use /locate. I know, shameful. But what else was I supposed to do? I don't want to sit here for 10 hours and do this one video for 3 weeks. I was also sad because I couldn't find any endermen because it was raining and I hadn't come across a desert biome. So I was in a real predicament. There was literally nothing I could do. I tried every excuse under the sun to not use /locate to find that ancient city. But genuinely, I couldn't think of a good reason not to use it other than it would be cheating. The worst was yet to come, unfortunately for me. There was no reason for me to stay up at night because it was raining, so I couldn't get endermen. So I just slept in soggy bedsheets. Apparently, the location for the ancient city was beneath this mountain. Yeah, they put it on the highest spot in all of Minecraft, giving me the most amount of blocks to dig through. This probably couldn't be going worse, but Mojang found a way to make it even harder for me. This dig was a real pain. It was really, really boring. And almost 2 hours into this run, I was beginning to feel it. I won't lie. But finally, we found the ancient city. Found it. I'm not gonna lie, I didn't realize that it was gonna be so massive. I was terrified. But I dropped in and checked it out. As soon as I got the darkness effects placed on me, I began to feel terrified. The skulk sensors were going off everywhere, and I was sure the warden was gonna come out of nowhere very soon. I placed a torch to try and comfort me, but all it did was creep me out more. I'd rather not see it all than only see a tiny little bit. As the warden emerged, I was visibly terrified. Jesus, Mary, Joseph, and the little... What's the phrase? Jesus, Mary, Joseph, and the little... Even though I was terrified, I thought I was safe on the pillar. This was until I realized that the warden was updated and had a new attack, the sonic boom. This I completely forgot about. So without surprise, this happened. Death, pain, agony, suffering. That was it. I died. There was nothing I could do. I was going to respawn at 0-0 again, and I was over 1,000 blocks away from it. What was I supposed to do? How would I continue the challenge? What was going to happen now? All questions running through my mind. So what I did was this. I stopped the challenge. Yeah, there was nothing else I could do. This was painful, and I hated quitting, but I lost. 1.19 truly defeated me. I know it's not really the best resolution, but I couldn't do this challenge. Okay, thanks for watching. Subscribe!